to another highly questionable round of shenanigans. What do you like today, Bomani?
The media has the power to cost Paul George $75 million. $75 million.
Dale, papi.
How should Adam Silver feel about the CAF attempt to concede the East?
Bothered, helpless, powerless, which has to be kind of foreign to him because he's got a lot of power. LeBron James told you last night that the regular season doesn't matter, that one seed doesn't matter, that basically paying customers for regular season basketball are doing the equivalent of paying for exhibition games that he doesn't care about, and there's next to nothing that he can do about it other than whimper and write strongly worded memos, because if he takes this away, guys will just say they're injured.
Yeah, but this is really damning, though, for the NBA, that this game could be for the #1 overall seed, which in theory you could say teams play for all 82 games. The manufactured intrigue comes from that, and LeBron's like, we'll beat them at home, we'll beat them on the road, we'll beat them in Africa, like Michael Beasley said that one time. That's just where they happen to be on this particular issue. The thing I have to wonder about from the NBA, though, at what point do you realize that trying to sell urgency isn't going to work for your league? What you just need to sell is, we're going to put on a very, very good show, but trying to come up with this contrivance that all these games are important, we don't believe you. You need more people.
I have no problem with LeBron, not showing up for the game, or Kyrie Irving. That's fine. They can just go home and stay in the hotel if they want to. I don't care. They won last night. That's all.
They almost didn't win. He didn't smell real good at the end of the game. Darren Williams all of a sudden pulled a game from 5 years ago out.
But that is a point, though. Everybody's like, LeBron didn't play. My kids hate it. What if your playoff spot is on the line? Who do you care more about, your kids or the team?
Is Antonio Romo suiting up for the math tonight, a mockery of the NBA?
He didn't become Antonio until he retired. I'm not exactly sure how this affection only came up when Tony Romo was out of a job, but although I guess he has another one. Anyway, the Mavericks are going to put Tony Romo in a Maverick suit. They're going to make him a Maverick for a day. It sounds like he's just going to be going through fantasy camp, and I don't want to be the guy that says that it's making a mockery of basketball. But this is a real minor league stunt. Like, if I told you that their D-League team was doing this, you'd believe it way more readily than me telling you that the Mavericks are. I think it's all just a big F you to Rajon Rondo, because they're going to put Tony Romo out there at number 9, telling Rondo, no, we're never going to retire your jersey from your time in Dallas.
It's really unusual, though, that the adults in a fantasy league camp are guys who were starting quarterbacks in the NFL. Tony Romo seems to be enjoying all of this. He's going to sit on the bench. He's going to the meetings. He was a basketball player in a past life, and so he's living out his fantasy. I'd go a step further. They're playing the Nuggets tonight. There's no reason to watch. Would you watch, though, if Romo were playing? Because I wouldn't put him on the bench. I'd put him in the game. I'd go full minor league. Put him in the game. Let him play. Let's see how he does.
Well, Tony Romo, he should be used to sitting and watching a game. He has done that for many years.
Come on, man.
Well, that's right.
Come
boy.
on.
That's up his bag of tricks, anyhow.
That's not nice.
What do you make of reports that LeBron and Westbrook disliked Steph Curry?
I mean, they were mentors to Steph Curry once upon a time, LeBron especially, but that's a funny thing that happens when mentors all of a sudden get surpassed by Steph Curry, who not only took their marketing, their storylines, their championships, their trophies, just about everything that they had, Steph Curry became a threat to. So this is a natural evolution that you don't want to keep sharing when you're a competitionaholic.
All right, now Marcus Thompson, proud graduate of Clark Atlanta University, has a book out called Golden, and that's what's bringing all this discussion to Steph Curry. He was on the Big Lead Radio, and he said that those guys have a particular resentment for Steph Curry. Here's one thing that is worth noting, though. If you're LeBron James, last year this time, we were out here in our job saying that Steph Curry was a better player than LeBron James. You're asking why LeBron James might resent that dude. Russell Westbrook, why might he resent Steph Curry? Maybe the fact that he always plays terribly when he plays against the Warriors, or the overarching fact that is Steph Curry has gotten the right to go the full jerk on the basketball court, talking the noise and preaching to the crowd and everything else. And this is the first time ever that that guy is the one that you tell your kids to be like. I can understand how the other guys in the league have gotten tired of that.
I guess he's not going to be on the banana boat. That's it. He's
Right.
He was like, boom.
Let me tell you something. I can imagine him trying to get on that boat wearing those air cockroaches he just put out the other day, and they being like, nah, banana boat is not for you. You can't pass the dress code.
How do you think Marshawn Lynch playing for Bill Belichick will go.
They're really going a long way to tell LeGarrette Blount that he's not going to get his money from them. First, the Patriots had Adrian Peterson come in. Now we're hearing that Marshawn Lynch might be interested in going to play for the Patriots. Could it work? There's no reason to think that it could not work. We can go through the list of guys that Belichick has had and has worked out for a while. They've had them there, and if it didn't work, it was quiet. Or you can remember this. We think of Marshawn Lynch for, I'm only here so I won't get fined. What, you think Bill Belichick wouldn't love a guy who has no desire to talk to the media?
I have one reason, though, one hypothesis for you on how this might not go exactly well. If you are of the running style of Marshawn Lynch, you better care about what you do for a living and want to do it for a living. Otherwise, that kind of job becomes very hard. Marshawn Lynch walked away from this game when he could still walk normally. He might not have his heart in it totally. Might miss it enough to give his full commitment to it, but might also not totally want to be doing this. That running style wasn't that good at the end. He's on the other side of 30. He might not be that good anymore.
He likes Skittles, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, he might have to find another candy, a new candy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, delicious, sensual, smooth. This is uncomfortably erotic. The music's not helping.
Slow motion, man. Blessing and curse. By the way, he, like Marshawn Lynch, is from the Bay Area, so I imagine the two of them will get together and listen to lots of Too Short.
More like Hollow Yes?
No GMOs. I still need to find out what that means.
Can we stop this, please?
Now, this one's sexy, man.
It really is.
Should Paul George want to make an extra $75 million if it means he has to stay in Indiana long term?
This is a crazy story. You've got a new part of the collective bargaining agreement that is the designated player exception. If you've been with a team all of your life and then you've got a contract at the end and you've made an all-NBA team or won MVP or Defensive Player of the Year, there's $75 extra million in it for you. This cannot be a power that the media has over a guy. Some power for voting is okay. It cannot be $75 million worth of power. This is a hole in the collective bargaining agreement that needs to be closed up.
Here's the thing, though. This is really about the owners trying to get some cost certainty in the CBA, but trying to throw a bone to the players, right? They want to keep the max salary, but you've got to make it to where superstars can feel like superstars, and you can keep them on your team, because otherwise, if the money isn't that different, they wind up going to play for another team. The only thing they could come close to finding as an objective standard to figure out who should be eligible for this are these media awards. Here's what trips me out about this. If you're a team that does not want to pay extra for a guy, would it not behoove you to kind of badmouth that guy to the media so that maybe they would not vote them up? This is a whole crazy thing, and it may result in an ugly situation for the Pacers because Paul George doesn't want to be there, $75 million or not, and he could wind up in the place that Melo was in with the Nuggets, where he knows where he wants to go, everybody knows where he wants to go, and that makes it really hard to get a situation where he can get the money he wants and end up where he wants to go.
Wait a second. You mean to tell me that some players might pay the media for votes? Hey, Paul George,
I mean, this
I'm
happen.
open.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
open for anything,
he's
buddy.
open
You
for
know, you
business.
want my vote?
Yeah.
You give me, you sweeten the deal, and you got to deal with me.
I hadn't even considered the possibility
right.
for corruption here. You could actually give media members enough money to make this worth their time.
Or save your money and just give them interviews.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
That? Nope, not her.
It's not her.
Never know.
Oh, no. Where's the her? Oh, those lights are flashing. Lady.
Oh.
Lady, hurry up.
My Son's TV show is brought to you by New Henry's Hard Sparkling Water. Made the ultra-light choice. Time to play the game that would eat its co-host if it ever come to it. Do you question?
We wouldn't get very far doing this here. You give us topics and events, so we question.
Plenty here to go around.
Do you question laughing at the loss?
Oh, this is good stuff here. This is the end of Portland-San Antonio last night. Look at this. This game-ending play where I learned that Shabazz Napier now plays for the Portland Trailblazers. Something got drawn up there, and that's how it went. Right there, buzzer beater. That's a winning shot right there, and we will find the laughter in a moment. An actual guy named Lehman out there. There it is, laughing at a loss. That's ridiculous.
Oh, come on, Brett Favre. Just a kid out there. I understand how you can feel that way.
That ain't nice, man.
I mean, I feel like, though, we can look at this. Wow, Shabazz Napier's still in the league. There's that.
That had to feel good for number 21, whoever that is.
Here's the thing, though. You guys know who the big winner in this is, right? The big winner is Myers Leonard. I believe that was Myers Leonard that was out there with his hand on his head right there at the end. And you may be wondering, why is he the big winner? Because of that ending, we put that into the show as opposed to Jonathan Simmons doing this to him.
Oh, God, really? This was good last night. How did that not get into the show before Bomani just put it into the show?
Is Myers Leonard cousin on our staff or something like that? Because that's the only reason to protect him in a moment like that. My man can't go back. He ain't going back.
I like that play. You know, this is the first time I see Popovich laughing at anything. You know that? I'm telling you something. It is the first time. I've been watching him for many, many years. He never laughed at anything.
Not that many years. He's only been watching him for a couple of years. He didn't know he was before LeBron got to Miami.
Do you question if she has elite reaction time?
We're going to New Zealand, and I am so intrigued. I wish I had a card to say how intrigued I am by this. Is that her? Oh, that's just somebody else. You never know. That? Nope, not her.
It's not her.
Never know.
Oh, no. Where's the her? Oh, those lights are flashing. Lady.
Oh.
Lady, hurry up.
Oh!
Yeah, oh my God.
I don't think that counts as elite reaction time as much as luckily just being out of the way.
Thank you for that helpful tip. That explains how all of this happened. She was looking the right way, the wrong way.
Well, I'm a little confused as to how she decided she only needed to look one way. Like, no, this is a one-way track. It's only going to come from that way. Who told you that?
Her reaction time was better than on this woman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this woman was not great with the reaction time. I remember this, but this was a friendlier train. So there you go. Yeah. That's, ooh, you got to move.
Give me a second. Almost. Not as young as he used to be.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm going to get up there in a second. Hold on. I'm a little panicked, but I feel like this train is approaching.
Somebody come help me out, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Woo.
Do you question if he has elite reaction time?
I could do a whole show named Does He or She Have Elite Reaction Time? Let's go out to Canada.
Ooh, this is going to, like, fall on some ice. Oh!
What the hell was that?
Yeah, the dude that got run over by the deer. I heard about this.
What kind of demon beast was that coming? Now they're hunting us? After all of these years, they've decided to take it back and hunt us?
Wow.
He does not have elite reaction time.
What was he supposed to do?
Have more elite reaction time.
What would you have done?
Probably the same thing.
Do you question if this will be a lasting arrangement?
Okay, we love to sit around here and see if arrangements will be lasting. It's a great joy. Let's see what we've got.
Oh.
I mean, if it ends, it's going to end badly.
Wait. The dog's on the handle.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand motorcycles in general. Like, that seems unsafe. I feel kind of naked out there. That seems totally reckless.
Who else is rooting for centrifugal force while somehow hoping the dog makes it out okay?
See, that is what we're rooting for. Do we have video of that?
It's more difficult on a bicycle. I tell you one thing.
Okay,
that's right.
Here we go.
That's right.
Now we go to our library file of animals riding vehicles.
But at least the human is on the handlebars of this.
Right? I mean, it is. This is a much better video, truth be told. Like, this is exactly how it is. You would have to ride in that situation if taking that somewhere and only the owner of a bike.
I mean, what happens in your life, though? I mean, I know different cultures do different things, but the point at which this beast is on your back and it just feels like normal.
Well, I hope that goat doesn't have to go to the bathroom, though.
I mean,
because if he does, you know, I mean, the guy on that bike is going to have a major problem.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and assume that the goat is well trained, right? Given the video that we just saw, I'm going to assume that.
When is the last time you saw a well-trained goat?
Have you
ever heard of a well-trained goat?
When's the last time you saw one on the guy's back on a bicycle?
I mean, I understand the goat might not want to walk. That doesn't mean the goat won't want to go take a number one.
Are the goat's hooves tied together so that the guy can wear them like a backpack, like a living backpack? That is what's happening there. I thought the goat was hugging him, but that doesn't seem reasonable at all.
Can we also discuss how maybe, just maybe, that's the laziest goat in the world?
Well, that goat is risking a lot, you know. He's not wearing a helmet if he falls off that thing.
Okay.
I just don't see how this goat is even worth keeping if it can't do its own walking.
Grinding. You know what I keep in a lining. Better stay in line when you see it like me shining. Grinding. You know what I keep in a lining. Better stay in line when you see it like me shine. Highly questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that always swipes right. See or no?
Tell us what to watch on television tonight. Maybe today is the day he'll say no.
Keep swiping right, you get robbed.
On the Tennis Channel, Grand Prix Hassan 2.
No, thank you. But let's check in with Nicholas Mahut. He's in the lower right-hand corner of your screen here. This is in the Davis Cup. And he will not give up. That's impressive right there. Again with this? Yeah, that's hard to do. Now he's just straddling. Yeah, that's pretty impressive, though. That's where that point should normally end. Yeah, is that legal? Are you out of bounds? You can keep playing like that? And okay, good enough. Bomani, are you intrigued?
I mean, if we want to be honest about this, he was real ginger trying to step over on that last one. I think he could have gotten to it if he had just put a little more into it.
Wow. Hater. What about you, Poppy? Are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, I mean, that's not my favorite tennis highlight. This is the one that they really like.
Go street, keep running, quad!
That's the one I really like.
Oh, that is so great right there. That has happened to me so many times on South Beach after happy hour, all of it.
And him falling stops us from asking why those guys are in there dressed like traffic cones.
In syndication, The Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, this is always something great and funny. Let's check this out.
Larry and Melinda.
Popsicle bite.
No. Yeah, hey, Melinda.
Honeysuckle bush.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know how he keeps a straight face when that stuff happens. Bomani, are you intrigued?
All I was hoping is that it wouldn't be them, right? Like I knew what kind of things we put on this segment, and I was just looking there, and I was just like, just please don't be them, right? I mean, and what do you know? What do you know? I mean, how could I be intrigued to watch this and go look my father in the eye?
Bobby, are you intrigued?
Are you kidding me? Wheel of Fortune, that's one of my favorite shows, you know. Pat Sajak, you know, Vanessa White, you know, and all the good stuff that goes with the show, you know.
Oh, God.
Vanessa White. I have to say, on name alone, I'm very intrigued about Vanessa White. Yeah. You changed me over. Sorry, Larry and Mrs. Larry. Now I'm intrigued.
On Oxygen, Unprotected.
Unprotected what?
Hey, fella, don't walk your dog here no more. I'll take that dog and tie him to my bumper and I'll drag him. I'm the patriarch of this family, and what I say goes.
I'm sorry. We were a mob family. My father was a captain. My brother was a soldier.
I cooperated. I did not want to spend the rest of my life in jail.
Goodbye, New York. Hello, Scottsdale.
The Cantarella family is now living out of protection on the straight and narrow.
Big bills, yes.
We have our first legitimate business in the car wash. The world I come from, sometimes we had to track people down. The mafia, why it worked for so many years, because we were forced to sit across the table and work our things out. We owned the car wash that you reviewed on Yelp.
Oh.
Yeah.
We don't go against family.
I'd rather talk to the FBI than the two of you right now.
You should bite your tongue.
Americans are fascinated by the mafia, great mafia movies. You found the form of entertainment involving the mafia that I'm not interested in. Bomani, are you intrigued?
Okay, so I feel like going on TV out of witness protection is hustling backwards. That being said, if you want to convince me that your business is legitimate, a car wash, you're going to need to do a little bit more to sell me. You really are.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, I'm going to be waiting for the episode where the mob will show up. That probably be the last episode of
that's
of
the one
series.
we're all waiting for, right? If you're intrigued by the show, that would be the part where you'd want to watch.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
We always appreciate when you wash.
Gracias. See you mañana.
Wow. I have never seen you naked before.